really all opponents, big or small. It was the one they picked first as well when these teams squared off in Chengdu. I think going for the Nuke pick first removes any ability for Spirit to mess around with the VO, to try and complicate it later on. And what you've essentially ended up with is 3 great maps for the Falcons in the VO as a result.
Yeah, especially when you consider Nuke has actually been a bit of a problem for Spirit in the last couple of events. Didn't go well at EPL either, lost to FaZe in their elimination game. Spirit losing to 2 teams with stand-ins to get eliminated from the last 2 events. So up against Falcons, a more than favorable head-to-head, and we get into Dust2, which was dominant back in Chengdu.
I think, you know, for Falcons, it's so rare that they come into the VO with an edge. This isn't even an edge. This feels like the whole damn sword. They've ended up on 3 super strong maps because of the nuke pick.
TeSeS gets a second chance at life. Shiro sheathed. And Spirit, from push to shove into this B bomb site. The bomb is looking ready to go in. There's 3 strong here, though. Falcons stacked up. Honestly, in the corner, going to be a real problem with these dual Berettas.
And they're going into a stack. 3 players here. Monacy, first contact taken. They spot Kixan as well, who makes quick work over the next 2 in. Donk cancelled. Kiyosuke now on the line. Spotted at least, but his teammate's dead.
Ooh.
Brings it down to a 1v1. Shiro trying to carve a path forward. As the only player remaining from the tunnel's push, he's got TeSeS left to deal with. This pistol round the whole time felt so unlikely. Can Shiro pick it up? Or will he get shut down? TeSeS on the swing. Seals the deal on a pistol round for the Falcons.
He got faked out hard. That jump off of window back down to middle, TeSeS made it sound like he was rotating. And this is Shiro. This is the clutch man for Team Spirit with a pistol that would have gone so far in their campaign in a very treacherous head-to-head. TeSeS full fakes him and wins out that round. One that Shiro is taking his sweet time in. Falcons pistol off of the B stack barely. And Spirit with a full eco. Tech pause being discussed here in this round. As Spirit have no audio, so I'm gonna flip that one back over. It was a full eco nonetheless, nothing changes. Squeaky clean so far for the Falcons. We all hear that, yeah.
I hope everyone else could hear it, like the little whale noises. It's good, it's relaxing.
Bit of ASMR. We're going back in live though. On smoke for middle, perhaps. I like the idea of getting, like, not going for that ancient pick, because, you know, even when teams are the best in the world on a map or have a crazy win streak, I think picking it every time just makes it so obvious for your next opponent. It makes it so easy to counter.
Well, yeah, I also, like when I say it kind of stops trickery down the line in the VO, is like, there's a couple of maps Spirit could have looked to if Falcons went for the ancient pick in the tail end of the VO, right? And you're not really certain which one you would have lent into. We saw, I think it was Train as the 3rd map potential back in Chengdu.
Yeah.
But even outside of that, when they played earlier in the year, Spirit actually picked up a win on Mirage. So there were like multiple options open for angles you could have taken the VO in. With Nuke getting picked, and actually I say it was Train, I actually think it was Nuke as the 3rd decided.
Train,
yeah,
it was Train.
Okay. But yeah, you know, you come out with Nuke as your pick, and then the only other map in my mind that Spirit would have 100% prepared for in going up against the Falcons is Ancient. And it's the one that on paper they're the most comfortable on as well.
For sure.
So you kind of get the map you would have picked anyway as the 3rd place decider. I think it's a really good example of gaming the VO from the Falcons.
Oh, they got to get past this push though. Spirit forcing themselves into the bomb site. 1 kill comes from Monacy and Nico combined, and then Spirit run over them, chop a double kill. TeSeS from afar, but probably just going to save. It's him and Kixon left far away with Famises. And Spirit, fearless, look to finish it off. They've got him trapped in along. TeSeS certainly had trouble in this lineup in the first outings. The Spirit jersey. It's not been long by any means. Oh, Kixon, the bomb is very big. Maybe. Just maybe.
Calculated.
Calculated down to 3. But even back in Chengdu, TeSeS was really having a rough time.
He certainly had some lows. He also had some games in there that I think were good. Some solid output.
He had some good maps, but not really good series. He was the second lowest rated player, was blows away with arguably far better positions on T sides.
I mean, I think it's kind of funny that these two teams will hold this thought. Fast explode out on long. Nico bested by Donk.
And that's what I want. Donk and TeSeS Death Ball entering together, side by side out the long doors, using their spawns well.
Now you might look to take the pace out of it. You've got a 5v4. You have this long control.
And these are the rounds that even Donk in that interview said, like, yeah, we're kind of obvious. They know what we're going to do. But here on Dust2, obvious is just the name of the game. Committing long is your best play in this position.
Oh, no accounting for that. m0NESY. Collateral found, and it's that duo that can't ever seem to beat him that gets skewered by the m0NESY AWP. Donk and Shiro dead in one bullet.
Okay.
You deal with Nico, m0NESY kills you both in one bullet.
TeSeS picked up a smoke. He needs to smoke the cross here. Oh, he's going for the lineup, which will take some time. It gives time for TeSeS to get back into the bomb site. They don't believe Falcons. They're about to realize this is going on.
m0NESY waits with the nade to break. The timing not there. They've already made it across. TeSeS learns that the hard way. And a missed shot from the m0NESY AWP allows that bomb plant to come in. 3-on-3, still in with a chance at Team Spirit. Group over on Catwalk. Molly in to clear out the side. Chopper swings, and Kiyasuke able to find him. TeSeS low on health, armed with this AK at the cross, has to play in tandem with Zwei. It's a tap down range. Zwei hiding out on Goose is cleared. Kiyasuke and m0NESY pick it up in the retake. All 5 from those 2 players. It starts with a m0NESY collateral, and it ends with that AWP finding a third.
I think it was so... Falcons moved away. I don't think they were even convinced. After m0NESY gets that collat, they think they're going to mid-round. Spirit are taking so long. Maybe they've reset spawn. Falcons set up in middle with every player. Of course, they know they can just regroup back on short for retake, but you still feel like Spirit was favored in that endeavor. A 3v2 with strong positions, but some cracking shots from m0NESY and Kiyasuke to put Falcons back on the board, break Spirit again.
And I think, in terms of those high-impact, heroic moments, Kiyasuke's output has still been pretty darn solid, man.
Can't complain.
It used to be in the past, you feel like if you dealt with Nico, that was a huge part of the problem over and done with for Spirit, whereas now in those late rounds, Kiyasuke more than able to step up and deliver big impact. And so maybe that leads into why they elect for the retake. You're trying to get the read, you're trying to be smarter than Spirit, but also you're pretty comfortable even if you lose that A site.
Yeah, in that BO3 that Falcons won back in the Chengdu groups, Kiyasuke was 13-9 over Donk. And you felt that as well towards the end of the game. He was really beating him in head-to-heads. So it gets easier here for the Falcons in this one-sided historic matchup. Spirit stuck in middle right now. It looks like Falcons want to meet them there. Coming through the smoke is Nico. TeSeS gonna fight, just swing out wide, he clears it entirely. There's Tanea behind the door, but that just tells Falcons to watch out on B. TeSeS re-peeks for that kill and kicks in a strong position.
Gets himself tucked in time. Spam does big damage, and it slows this push. It's grinded to a really awkward hold now. They're softened up for TeSeS. Maximum damage. It's the ace found.
Nice, Maxi!
Nails it. And that gets Sonic hyped up. Runaway success for Falcons to open. TeSeS back-to-back high-impact rounds.
Unreal mechanics, I don't need to tell you that, but he is blossoming into a player in this squad. He's got all the support he needs. Right in this round, it's all him, all TeSeS. Ace shutdown on that B dribble push. And Spirit back to familiar territory. That's anything but what they wanted in this game today. Especially when you consider now how that first match of the day has gone, right? Mongols falling down into the lower bracket will face the loser of this game. A match they won last week as well. Spirit had quite the tricky group stage run in Chengdu, facing Falcons and Mongols, losing to them both. They don't break this streak of 8 today. We might see more nightmares for Team Spirit. Ahead of the major really is not good timing. TeSeS careful. They can come through the smoke here on his reload. They move closer. Do they just line up for him? Chopper on one, tapped out is Tanea, and he's just gonna go and do it again. Back-to-back aces? Surely not. TeSeS moves in. He wants it.
Go on.
He's gonna get it.
Go on.
Back-to-back aces for TeSeS.
What is going on? He can't even believe it. That's a wry smile out of TeSeS.
What?
Ace of spades? Nah, ace in spades, bro. He has got them right where he wants them.
Now that
Spirit in his pocket. And you thought it was just Nico and Monacy to worry about? Oh, no, no, no. Remember, you could have had this guy. This is a demon of your own making.
Oh, don't say that, Harry. Oh, Harry. Spirits sink into their seats.
Screw it. 3 aces. Go for it. Send him out there. Gladiator mode. Just let him do whatever he wants.
How are you finding double aces when you have Nico and Monacy in your team as well? How's that enough kills to go around? All right, Spirit. Give us something. Show some life. Because Donk 1 and 6. And even in Chengdu, he looked mortal as well. Mortified, even. Falcons pushing B.
Oh, go on. Another ace brewing. Zwei with his first kill, flash to this place, and Zwei stops the roll of TeSeS. Nico dead too as Donk bests him. Kickstand not long for this world, and so finally Spirit not just looking to get on the board, but to do it cleanly, 5 alive when all is said and done. That's not quite as fun as an ace, is it? Don't get me wrong, it's a good step in the right direction. Nice to see Zwei on the board with 2 high-impact kills back in the tunnels. But Spirit, it's not enough to find these, you know, one-and-done rounds. This has to be a bit of a string of rounds now from the Spirit squad.
Especially after all these slow starts to games. Lack of pistols. Spirit's first rifle round coming from Chopper and Zwei, multi-kills. Least likely candidates here. So you're waiting for Donk to make his presence known in this game still. You want me to find the positive for Spirit? It was Shiro back in China. He was an absolute nightmare to deal with. He was the only guy really performing at times in some of these lost maps.
I don't know if you saw the same videos I did, but I think Kyosuke becomes a bit of a fan of Asia and wants to stay out here as long as he can.
Wow, playoff calling.
Oh,
Second
there
orb.
he is on the secondary orb.
All right, 4 more.
Yeah, go on. You wouldn't dare. Random smoke shot for a second, that would do wonders, but not gonna happen.
Donk's up, Cat. I want to see Donk off the leash here. He just beat Nico in the head-to-head last time. Nico's famously had a great track record in this duel. Donk, slow and steady, waiting for his team to bust out long, but with m0NESY here, with TeSeS in the pit, it's going to be a difficult fight. I feel like the first shot is a guarantee for m0NESY. There it is.
Even a reflash to go back in for a little bit more. m0NESY still keeps the pressure on, and he's got support from TeSeS. Molly to try and displace the blue bin player. Zwei in hot water, might need bailing out.
Nico's giving Donk nothing right now. He is staying on default. He is not peeking into this fight. Finally, he gets it done, and TeSeS will not let the bomb leave. The entire time, Donk is ADing in the open. Ooh. Not happening though, Shiro. And as Donk waits for Nico to make a mistake, nothing comes through. His team get evaporated on long. m0NESY finishes the job. 10-3 on him. 13-3 on Kyosuke. 6-2 on the Falcons. It does just feel like, I mean, even Donk's kind of slowing down on his pacing. I know he's alone and he's waiting for his team to get out long control, but they get completely butchered there. And the Donk we've seen the last 2 years would just keep wide swinging until he found his engagement, right? Hunt down that fight, but he's, I guess, presuming m0NESY's on the angle, so he's trying to play behind his smoke. And by the time the smoke fades, m0NESY gets there anyway, and Nico's able to just take the fight on his own. Difficult round.
Just feels like this is, you know, with the history of this matchup, the devs were talking about it and said, you know, player like Donk, you don't imagine it gets to it, but I think it does, you know? Like, he has some of his worst performances up against this team. So often, even if all of Spirit are quiet, Donk and Shiro are able to be the difference makers.
It's just crazy that this is a team that has won a major, Clone, Kado, essentially every trophy in the book, and they've never won this matchup. That's just hard to imagine. Even when this, you know, core is not the best team in the world, to you it is.
Yeah, exactly, right? And Donk, the type of player who, throughout his entire career, has never really faced any real type of resistance. This is the only one. This is the only matchup where he kind of would be in his head in any serious capacity.
Yeah, 3-7 right now, just held back a little bit.
Because, you know, everything goes into making him the player he is, the way that he plays, the way that he looks for fights, how aggressive he can be, and how he has full faith in every single fight he takes. But that is just not the case in this matchup, as has been drilled into him the countless times they've lost it.
Just saw him sigh on the cameras almost. He's going to move out with this smoke here, providing a bit of cover onto TeSeS. Goes Shiro. m0NESY double scoped in. Chopper catches him round the lip. And so 4v3, it's again this short control to A. Way that Spirit get in this game. A second round to do so. Feels like a very hard retake right now. And are they just going to walk away? Play the money. Play the odds. Ever against them in this post-plant, so Spirit will convert off of 2 entries.
He's looking really, really quick, isn't he?
He saw the first player jump over. He's like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll aim here. They'll jump into my crosshair. Very nicely done. Doing it with the AWP as well. Maybe that's the best part about TeSeS to Falcons. Nico stops AWPing.
True. Fair and true.
Real?
He's just having a great time as Kyosuke. Ooh, tries his hand at a mid-fight. Does m0NESY. Shiro lands the tag, and that's going to soften up the Falcons' AWP. Kyosuke's traded off of it going forward. An expensive purchase if they wanted to keep bringing it out, and you know that, you know, once you have the chance to kind of swap things up, Spirit knowing a double AWP's in play can change how they approach some of these rounds. Also lets you bank up a bit more cash for the long road ahead. Falcons not the team that feel reliant on a double AWP with m0NESY in the server.
Donk out lower, traditional pathing here. Falcons keeping them cautious with all this utility, but eventually starting to run dry. Just mollies and smokes left. A single HE on this mid to B player. Kyosuke looks for more engagements in middle. Are you sure you want to tackle him in this position? He's been flawless so far on the mid to B. Not an easy position to toe the line between aggressive and passive. Will he recede back into B? Kixon might need the support. Close on the corner. Spirit coming in with 3 through the tunnels. Don't know if he saw him there, but you know Falcons very cautious. What is certainly a mid to B. The molly falls short. Kixon dead. Kyosuke alone. Donk up and over. Put down dead. Kyosuke, no way he gets more than one. So Shiro forces that trade, and with Bomb making it in, that should be another save.
This is nice now for Spirit, right? A chance to go on and kind of recover in the half. Which is a world of difference from how this started.
Last time it was 9-3 on that first half on CT Dust2. And we saw the last matchup. Far better run at things here for Spirit for sure. Spirit certainly learned from that game. I wasn't too sure after the first couple of rounds, but I mean, they're running similar rounds, really. It's just a lot of mid to B attempts and short takes. Letting you listen in there. Spirit with an opportunity to draw out this half. Submit your translations now.
So much chat Spirit we're having, preparing for this one. Sonic, meanwhile, far more stern, stood in behind the rest of the Falcons, hoping he can offer a solution here to stop this half from closing up. You don't want to go from confidently running away with the early stages of this game. They're feeling like you let Spirit back in. m0NESY, last time you saw him go for a mid push like this, he went on to ace the round back in Chengdu. But this time not given any fights from that aggressive pathing on the AWP. As once more, Spirit look to exploit this B site. It's been their go-to in this game. San dodges the initial volley of flashes, finally caught by them. Chopper might have been found out here in middle, but it's a one-man B-hold gone straight away. AWP trained in at the window. Shiro makes quick work at that rotate. Nico spam leaves it in a 3-on-3. Now Falcons have always looked to save when they've lost control over B, but this time they've kept it even, and this time they're interested in giving it a go.
May as well, you've saved 2 man-down rounds. This is the best option yet. Even then, B always difficult to get back into. They've got the util to do so. Flash would go a long way. 2 mollies and a smoke. Gonna have to cut off some positions here before they move in. Are they even considering it? It's not like Falcons have the money, but I thought they would risk it. They've allowed Spirit into 3 rounds now on this T side off the back of saves. 3 in a row where Falcons save with 3 surviving. Wasted opportunity or playing for later. Is any of this worth it? Only the last round decides. Spirit have absolutely carved their way into this T-half today.
I mean, look, if you never know how to beat the Nico-Monacy duo, what if you just act like you're not playing them in this game and go towards the other side of the map?
I want tap.
Other thing that's nice here for Spirit is that Falcons are actually in a better position this time than last. Monacy got tagged down mid in the round prior to last, if you remember. So he wasn't super active in middle. They didn't have a 3rd man ready to rotate. Because that didn't happen here, and Spirit even lost the mid lurker. You know, Falcons had the possibility of rotating 3 players into that B site, being very ready for the B hit, and Spirit still get through unscathed. So everything was kind of teed up in a better position than previous for the Falcons, and it still wasn't enough.
Kisuke, the Joker, in back of Goose right now. A player you wouldn't expect, but he's going to swing out into Donk, who wins that head-to-head. That's a huge opener. They're going to go back mid to B.
Look at the
They've
info.
realized the gap they found. It's just Monacy forced back, and Donk looks like his usual self. 2 beautiful entries. Chopper cuts down a 3rd, and Donk tries to finish the job. It's Kixon defending alone.
They're running at him, they're charging at him. Can Kicksan keep his composure, keep his cool? A 3rd from the captain. Now it's left on a TeSeS. Bomb picked up for Zwei. TeSeS has to ready himself for this fight out here in middle. They're not planting yet. They're waiting to see if they can catch TeSeS on the push, and they will. Spirit go on to level out. 4 rounds in the row, tie things up on the half.
The going can get tough as the game goes on, but in a round like that, Donk's just simply going to own you.
Let's see about the swing.
He's bringing Shiro in.
Oh, he doesn't know exactly.
Good wide swing, Shiro, good trade. So good thing he brought a friend to the fight.
Yeah, that was a great swing.
I'm there with you. Feels like they had an inkling as to what was up. 30 seconds, and it's a very quiet walk-up.
They don't know. They don't know.
Molotov's coming out. Jota's trying to help from the staircase. He'll go back, and they don't actually burn out under Palace. Jota killing Chopper is huge. Doc missed the jump. Nobody has checked this. Wicadia is given a gift as he snaps over. Shiro's Tech 9 for the double, and all he has to do is now kill Woxic. It's a 1v3. He goes deep. You'll love to see it.
Oh, look at this, just jumping straight ahead. Yeah, Donk's not up to any silly business, boys. Yeah, smokes are good, but you got to play behind them for them to mean anything. Could be an eco bash ace. Just needs 1 more kill.
Chopper's going to steal it. How rude. Oh, he's actually giving it to him.
It's all yours, mate.
It's all yours. That's
Thanks,
a captain.
boss.
That's a proper captain. Let the man have it.
Whoa. Vitality not able to put the clutch together on this A site, but they'll try again to get through, and this time he goes down with nothing. Heaven player emerging in the form of Donk. Here comes Chopper again. Critical Zen play. Not the first time he keeps them on their toes. Chopper drops a nade. It's martyrdom. Donk is kind of a little bit preoccupied.
He kind of gets away with this big time.
Yeah, great damage. And then Zontix is going to take a spot inside the smoke, so if Donk doesn't kill everybody like he tends to do...
Zwei, quick to arrive, has left it all on Spinks. 2 kills downrange from Spirit's latest piece, and he'll continue to turn heads. A hat trick for Zwei seals the deal on a strong lead for Spirit. Falcons set a saving precedent early on that CT lead, set up 6-2 when they called the first. They went on a string of saves down the end of that first half of Dust2, and none of them seeming to be worth it. It hands Spirit a 4-round streak, and it lets them build confidence in a series. Otherwise, they have no solid ground to stand on. Donk and Shiro having always struggled against Nico and m0NESY, a series in which they've never won. Spirit successfully level out on the half.
I think you're very happy if you're Spirit, not only that you recover the half, but you improve from last time. Falcons are going to bring pace in this pistol and an opening kill to boot. Job now gets very hard for Spirit, who don't have a kit. They've used all their util. Fake damage from Donk as they make it into the site and Goose. Falcons don't need to peek. They have strong positions. Spirit have got to move in.
Oh my god, in a matter of seconds, so many fights come in, but it's Kiyasuke to restore some normality, and Kixan embarked on this flank very early in the round. He was meant to be there to close it, ends up letting it go. It takes Kiyasuke rising up with 4, 20 kills deep on his arrival into this second half.
2 aces, both of them back-to-back as well, and now a 4K pistol in a disappearing round from Falcons. Kiyasuke puts him in his backpack, knocks Shiro and Donk down a peg, and clutches up to be the captain again. Disaster strikes here for Spirit, and yet again, another half starting slow. They're going to have to dig deep come the rifles. Donk still looking mortal.
The thing I think that's tricky as well is, you know, you won most of your T-side rounds just with well-placed entry kills. You don't get that on the CT half, right? Even if you go into a 5v3, it's always rounds Falcons are going to be interested. They're always going to try and give it a go. Maybe they let a little too much respect shine through in that first half, but it won't be the same note here in the second. So you need an activation of your individuals. Like, even if you just look at the numbers on the board, Donk with 6 kills, Zwei with 5, and admittedly a lot of his were openers over towards that B site. Shiro leading the pack on 9. Pound for pound, they're paling in comparison to the Falcons. They were just lucky that 2 kills were frequently enough to close rounds for them in that first half.
It's impressive how many factors are in the favor of the Falcons over Spirit in this head-to-head, right? Last time, it was 3 out of 4 pistols, and even in the pistol they lost, they won the force buy. Same case here in Dust2. They're back-to-back on conversions. Both pistols for Falcons, both conversions, and Spirit, nothing to save here. Just some upgraded pistols, and may as well look for damage to try and keep Falcons honest. But you're not going to find too much. Grouped fully in a line on the catwalk. Falcons set up for a 8-6 lead before the rifle round comes through. Is there any sanctuary for Spirit? If so, it's got to begin now in this buy round. TeSeS 3-11. I hold out hope for TeSeS in this roster. Long term, we saw what he was capable of. In Heroic, he was incredibly sharp. Clutch player with excellent opening attempts, but if you cut Zontix and Magix for more firepower, Zwei and TeSeS are yet to make up for that fact. And when you have Donk on a downturn, your odds aren't getting any better.
That's a grim stat, isn't it? Kiyasuke and m0NESY have the same kills as all of Spirit.
Well, okay. Cheeky little flash play. Kiyasuke and Nico.
Nico's like, I'm here, guys. Remember me as well. Gets his 6th kill. Hasn't really been a requirement in this game thus far.
Those are the best games for Nico. You know, you see him just like tailing at the bottom of the board, not because he's playing poor, but because there's not enough to go around. See him in a lot more passive positions these days, allowing freedom to the firepower, the younger players. It's a good block coming out on the A side. Oh, is it though? There's a bit of gap behind it. Falcons don't look to punish. Just Kixon eyeing up the smoke. Nico rotating from around the world. And Chopper looking to initiate. Oh, this could be good. Flash, in he goes. Everyone's blind, and Chopper cuts him down. Even TeSeS follows up. Forget about Nico, he's barely out of spawn. Spirit initiate, and it puts them back in play. Donk's not letting him get out. And so Chopper likes that flash.
Yeah, Chopper saw the Donk interview where he said, first of all, Chopper's our IGL. He doesn't have to perform and show amazing numbers, and he took that personally.
What do you mean I can't?
Chopper topping the charts right now for Team Spirit. Nico and m0NESY in with openers here. Even though Chopper, the big threat, still lurks over towards long, they do gain the ground they were looking for.
Bodyguard of Team Spirit right now. Sway has pushed in through all the way. TeSeS about to go down. TeSeS, no way he's ready for this. Oh, whiffed, but he recovers, and that's B open. Can Kixon find the gap?
Faced by Shiro out here in mid, and they might just win it on the fights regardless, even as they try to take this bomb back. Chopper hears the footsteps. Kiyosuke's clearing out the A site. This could, I don't know, this could still get a little bit weird because your spread's super thin in the 4v1. You have A, you have mid. You also are about to have B. TeSeS is there alone with the bomb. Even him running in like this is kind of wild, considering they don't know where Chopper's gotten to.
They feel like they've stopped him from crossing. Kixon was here in time. He saw Shiro's panic move. TeSeS even coming in to close. And Chopper, a nice shot, but nothing more as Falcons pick up steam on T side. Breaking Spirit's money while they do so. I wonder, did they hear Zwei? Because Kixon was top mid in a flamey position, and Zwei ran through tunnels. TeSeS just seemed so aware that this could be a possibility. You do wonder if that call came in. It seemed too ready. Spirit, Deagle, 5-7s, Scout. But what can you expect?
Should put onto the tunnels. Nico will get overran. Kiyosuke's found Donk down here in lower, and they know about the double tunnels push, so if there ever was a time to just pick up the pace and run it into A, it's now. At most, you're running into a hastily assembled two-man hold. Shiro hits a blinder on the scout. Follow-up kill from Chopper on the USP as well. It's m0NESY and Kiyosuke, the two top performers right now for the Falcons, left in this 2-on-3.
Reset all the way around long. Not liking this chokehold in the short position. Kiyosuke just ADing, waiting for contact. m0NESY fakes it out. Gonna smoke his teammate back into this corner. Now he can feel comfortable to come out and help on CT spawn, but this is given time for Spirit to get set up at long. It's Shiro who's very late to the party, won't get given a fight. It's this AK on TeSeS that has to hit. Missed shot. Zwei with a kill. Kiyosuke clutch.
Oh, first tap connects.
It's for him.
Kiyosuke fighting out in the open here. Shots rally off from the scout, and TeSeS taps him out from afar as Kiyosuke's left out on an island. Spirit ship him off, and they come through with a force buy win. Just pistols to their name in that round. They're going to close the gap again. It's a one-round game once more.
Just the amount of rounds that Spirit are winning without Donk, right? He's stuck in lower. He gets flushed out by Kiyosuke. They're doing it without him right now. TeSeS, important kill in a very quiet game. It was not an easy close on the 2v1 with Kiyosuke's position and health advantage.
Yeah, he backs his aim in the 1v3, which I think from Kyosuke is exactly what you want, but it did leave him in a very vulnerable position, very compromised when he doesn't deal with that first player.
Lost out long here again. Spirit use their flashes, but won't overcommit to this fight. Really, now they don't know numbers. There's no certainty. So info gathering in B, Sway and Chopper push together, which frees up Donk to rotate if he wants. But this is still a big if, because Falcons look to reset after taking long control back through T-spawn to B. Even those ways here, if he dies with only, say, 1 kill, they can speed up. There's no one close enough to stop this B play. One frag from the Falcons could open up this round. And this angle is scary. How do you get a kill here? Just like that.
But not going to make it more than one. That's the B site cracked open. Chopper tries to move in. Been their standout player thus far for Spirit, but he's dead straight away. Donk, his time to give it a go. No flash to support him. It's just going to be a dry peek out through the window.
Can someone go first, please? Donk takes it himself.
He needs the charge straight in. Trades back and forth, and Shiro there to walk it home. Tie game again. As Spirit withstand that B hit, it's the right call from the Falcons. They play into an under-defended bomb site, and in a spot where Falcons would have saved in that first half, Spirit give it a go in a 3v4. They come out laughing. They tie this game up at 9-all.
Yeah, done without Donk again. 3v4, and TeSeS double up, and Shiro to clutch. It's a perfect potion here for Spirit. And Donk's happy with it. We're getting a comeback from TeSeS late in the CT side. 2 massive round closers to keep Spirit in this game and to really put them in a favored position. Team Falcons with only 1 AK right now. The supportive element. And TeSeS with redemption. But there is so much more to do. Monacy's AK looks to open in this round. Smoke up on Catwalk right now, but as Falcons get there, it will fade. And again, to Spirit's T side, we're just seeing Cat or mid to B. Falcons don't have many options here with 0 utility. I mean, it comes down to an entry kill. If it's not Kyosuke or Monacy, finding that 5v4, should just be Spirit staving them off.
Right, not a bad opener. Monacy on a jaunt out through mid, rest of the team around him. Secures a 5v4, it's just this one gun. They didn't spam for Shiro is big, and now TeSeS palm flash leaves them all blind. Lovely. Shiro there to finish things off, and again, it's those two working in tandem, TeSeS and Shiro.
Beautiful.
Opener and closer.
Nice as Shiro full swings off that flash as well. You usually just see that for a player to bail themselves out with an AWP on car, but Shiro full swings and they are full blind. Can't see the flash through the leaves. Right now, Falcons, no forest, just trees. 3 rounds in a row for Team Spirit. And some very clutch ones as well. So it's Falcons calling their final timeout, coming into round number 20. No way could we imagine they lose this game after Kyosuke's 4K pistol, 2 aces, and multi-kill potential in every round. But Spirit hold a lead.
All the while, Donk is borderline the bottom performer for Team Spirit.
Almost the bottom in the server. He is 3rd lowest on damage. He is only 7 damage more than Zway in this game.
Nico asks for a flash to try and kickstart this round out the long side, but right, there you go.
Okay.
Firewalker, Nico.
Speed up on Cat. Shiro's here, though.
Still, the defense is stretched out. They were 2 players over towards long in an anti-rush setup. And I think Falcons know this.
Legged him.
Shiro, yeah, he did hit that flick, but it's not the killing blow he was hoping for. TeSeS now called over to try and lend a helping hand, and that's going to give room to Nico to play out through these long doors. Yasuke leaves it to smoke spam, hoping to keep the pressure on. Donk in the feed, m0NESY picked up. Another from Donk. As he looks to bring them into this, Nico down, just falls short, and Yasuke dead. Team Spirit stick the landing on the retake.
Nico, that's not a deagle. You're not supposed to do that. Back turned, body shot, nothing. Zwei 180s. Spinning top, takes 2 and clutches up the round. It's Zwei MVP. Donk 2, Zwei 3, Team Spirit 11. No way.
Just can't get away from it. It's back-to-back events now for Nico. He knows.
Oh, that's, yeah. What'd he say? Roll your eyes, tilt your head. And Zwei and Donk, we call them out, bottom of the server. They both come through with a huge round.
He just keeps laughing. Little chuckles from Nico.
Kicks and calls a tech like, Nico, something
Nico is broken.
Nico's broken. We need a reset. Yeah, sorry, I'm lagging.
I mean, the idea that Kiyasuke started this game so strong. m0NESY as well had that collateral 3K to open things up. And it might all come unraveled by the end of Dust2.
I love that.
Now I wonder, are you really regretting some of the respect you showed to Spirit in that first half? Because I think the idea that Spirit, the one thing they didn't have in this game was the individuals online. They get handed some rounds on the back of just entries, just 2 kills. Dust2 playing a lot like Inferno in that sense. And you never gave them a go when you had the lead. Well, now you've lost the lead. You've lost the initiative. You're the ones playing catch-up. This is a position Falcons aren't really used to being in this series, in this head-to-head versus Spirit.
Did someone spot that? I don't think they did. We got double lower push in a gun round, and Falcons had no one spotting middle for the first time. TeSeS is doing late smokes. These 2 players committed to the corner, playing a high-low. Now, you often see Falcons flash this position. Spirit again initiating. Donk set up for the kill. They're still ready for Zwei and upper. This is a common move for Zwei, and m0NESY flushes him out. It's Donk onto Nico. m0NESY trades. B is open, or is it?
Shiro, you've got to hit this.
Yeah.
Smoke in, lurk smoke dropped. And m0NESY's going to back up. They just want to maintain this 3-on-2. They're playing it as safe as they physically can.
They heard TeSeS, so TeSeS is running the bomb into the site. This is his best play.
Holding on to the mid-smoke right as TeSeS makes his play through. Baited by the footsteps, the promise of a round rolled out in front of him. And he ends up feeding the beast, m0NESY, and his time in the limelight with a big 3K round right when Falcons need it.
Showing it's not just the kills you get, it's the kills you avoid, right? He actually spots Shiro on that B bomb site, and that's why he pulls back. He drops the lurk smoke, he resets. He knows his life is more valuable than the 1v1. Because if he loses it, it thrusts Falcons into a 2v2 with no information. Instead, Shiro guaranteed a B, TeSeS steps in middle, and Falcons are able to play around that and put the bomb down. Shiro forced to save. With all this money in the world, it doesn't matter. You can't win this. So Falcons do recover off of the m0NESY triple. And you just see the level of familiarity from these teams. The fact they're so ready for Zwei in that position. A double lower push. Zwei to join them. And m0NESY finds all 3. Donk killed Kiyasuke and Nico, and it wasn't enough. So on we go into the depths of regulation. All timeouts now used. No brakes on the train. And not much track left here.
Дай ему флешку.
This lead for Spirit won't come to matter if they fall short in this round. Shiro v Kixan on spam, and somehow Shiro with the AWP comes out ahead.
One shot's all it takes.
It's way up on the boost. Dong spotting. That was an opportunity. You might not get given it again. The molly forces them back. And Falcons wanted to follow through with the B hit. They completely left long when they lose Kixan. They've given up mid. They wait with everyone back here in the tunnels, and they would have to break through a triple stack. Corch swapping util, I think. Chopper full blind. They will finish him. Kiyasuke and TeSeS break on in. And because of the money, because of how late in the game we are, you have to save. You can't justify attempting this 2-on-3. You're out of position. You're low on health. And just such an awkward timing for Zwei up on that boost. Oh, that's brutal.
He was throwing Chopper his smoke.
Yeah.
The timing of that is awful. As Don gets the spot, he can't gun out in time. 5v4, no more. It's Falcons who win it off of a couple of entries. Another strong multi-kill for Kiyasuke. 2 kills running into B. 27 and 13. Unbelievable scoreline for this young man. 17 years of age. And that is a painful way to lose a round.
I mean, a painful way to lose the round, right? Like, now you get out with these guns. But don't have a lot to work with here in a game that's closed all the way up. And you put everything on the line by cobbling this buy together. You have the saved players drop guns over. If you took the eco here and now, you wouldn't have an AWP in the next, at least not a guarantee. So trying to get something going and avoid playing for overtime as Spirit, but they've got to do more with less.
It's the right buy for Spirit, absolutely. Worth the risk. This flash has been potent, but again, the same setup, Spirit. No, it could look better than that. It was timing that let them down. Falcons pressure them into B, posturing here in the middle. It's been a game with almost no long control. Suki doesn't even want the flash, he just dry swings up Cat. His control gifted. That's a pick. Monacy onto Chopper down middle as he tries to edge through the smoke. And at this point, you know where everyone is. Donk on B, Zwei nearby. And so Falcons, they look to surround this bomb site.
Now for the split. They'll move in. Zwei tries to battle forward into the tunnels, but he gets seen on that push. Donk with the mow down, out of ammo now. Pistol pulled, but it won't be enough to tame Nico. Tanier on a desperate push out in the middle. But a 1v3, that's what they're staking this on. They went all in this round. They were prepared with the consequences that if they lose it, they've got nothing in the next. And that is the reality for Spirit. Backstab out of TeSeS seals their fate. Yeah. Falcons onto map point first.
Really hard to criticize anything Spirit did there in the B side from Donkin's way. It's Chopper who gets picked, who puts them in that position, right? What else are you meant to do? The timing is a little awkward. Zwei does get spotted by the mid to B. That gives Nico a free kill, but Donk double in window. And that's more than you can expect in that position with the threat of Nico coming out tunnels. Falcons play it perfectly to trade out after their 5-on-4. And their B hits have been strong. Maybe strong enough to win this out in regulation because Spirit have nothing to show. A FAMAS and MP9s. after a very good run at it here for Team Spirit with 4 CT rounds in a row. This feels poised for Falcons to take in regulation. And they might just continue to abuse this B-bomb site. Because why not? Chopper gambles on long in this round, trying to read. The Falcons aren't far away. Undecided at a minute. Spirit just praying they go for long control, but if they don't... No kit, no nades. Falcons out mid.
They're just grouping, playing together.
This is the gap. This is perfect.
You also know that, like, Spirit just don't have the weaponry to go for some crazy multi-kill round. You know, at most you're worrying about maybe one rifle.
Shiro Deeg or GG.
So this has got to be his best round of the game so far. Or else Falcons are teed up for victory on Spirit's map pick of Dust2. There's one for Shiro, but it's got to be more than that. It's got to be fantastic. Got to go above and also beyond. Util keeps raining in to keep him uncomfortable. Plant found. Shiro hasn't given away this kill. He doesn't allow them to reclaim a 4-on-4. There isn't a flash to support him, so he's got to take these peaks dry. Kill back for Tanir. TeSeS tries to keep him in check, but the pistols are breaking through. Monaseer, it's nothing. First shot lands. Dong with the trade, and Spirit drag us, kicking and screaming into extra time.
Unreal round win for Team Spirit. How do they keep this game going? I do not know. Shiro just tucks in, and Falcons, unable to find that kill, to find that trade, are boxed in the bomb site. They have nowhere to go. Dom from Spawn with the FAMAS. Tanir snipes with the MP9. And Falcons, they know they're favored in almost every one of these fights, so they look to take them. They lose them all. That is a devastating round to lose.
You almost don't know how it ends up feeling so claustrophobic for the Falcons when they're the guys with the util, with the weaponry. They kind of have everything going their way. You'd understand it more if there's like a sick flash from long that helps, you know, cause a bit of chaos, allow them to stick, you know, the cross. But none of that comes through, and it's just a series of one gunfights for Spirit that end up tipping the scales.
Spirit are winning the most unlikely rounds in this game to keep them in it. It's impressive how they've done so with what we're getting out of Falcons. Nico's had enough. Flash through the long smoke, catches Tanir blinded. 13 health the difference, 5v4. Donk second or onto Monacy. Spirit go tit for tat.
No doubt he's been a little uncomfortable in this game, and so maybe this is a purchase Donk has wanted for a while, but they've never had the money to do it. Makes it at the first chance to open up overtime.
It also
already puts it to work.
It also means Chopper can stay 3A and Donk can exert presence on middle and win this head-to-head is big. Remember, we saw the pick from Monacy at 11 each that opened up the mid to B that made Donk and Zwei uncomfortable. Donk wide fighting in middle. Just missed the nade on that smoke. Might have found TeSeS as well. But it's not like they can get out middle right now. A split with Nico at long is Falcon's best bet. 30 seconds, Chopper on this fade.
Oh, he might have a lineup. No one's checked this. No one checked this! Good turnaround for TeSeS. He has just saved them from getting multi-killed in a rare miss for Shiro. He's unable to pick it back up.
It's not what I'd expect from Shiro.
He's been their safe pair of hands in these A plays, even down to that D ground where he just doesn't give away the 5v4. But that one miss costs them dearly. Nade could be nice. TeSeS still more mileage in him as the second kill is found, and it's only Zwei left. Bottom of the board for Team Spirit and an unlikely 1v3. Tries his hand at the jump up, cut down straight away. And that one's all about the supporting pieces on the Falcons as Kixan and TeSeS offer up multi-kills apiece to take the first in overtime.
Oh, it's so unfortunate for Chopper as well, and short right behind the smoke. He's getting turned around. Goes for the player with his nades out instead of TeSeS. But it's split-second decisions that cost you there. Big kill for Kixon onto Shiro, who only had his one opportunity to fire off a shot. And Donk goes again on the AWP. Timing shot from Odyssey, hits Sway on the cross. Falcons won't know that, but Sway on his last legs in this round. Donk may be feeling the pressure to find this 5v4 with how the CT side has gone. So he looks for this kill.
He never saw Nico. Well, we don't know for certain. He looks really suspicious. So maybe he did. But on a good timing, you can beat them here into this cubby. And Nico ran there from the offset, so eventually Donk may stop considering it. Flicks back in time, and Nico fed to that second AWP.
Seen that play before. Falcons have done it most rounds. Hold for Donk. I mean, what a recovery from him as well. He was nowhere to be seen in this game at one point. He's now back to being positive. He was second bottom of his team. Now he's second top.
He is top.
Oh.
18 and 17.
Yeah. Going off damage. But yes. KD-wise. Donk ahead of the rest. But left out of the action this time. Falcons up Cat.
Flash out for Chopper. Big damage on the spam. Not a kill, though. Gonna have to come from Tania instead. They soften up this catwalk play. You know about Chopper tucked in over towards Palm Tree. Kixan, as he goes running out, focused on the long fight, and so Falcons get shut down on their short play. One back for Spirit.
Team Ace.
And Donk's enjoying the second AWP, the freedom that OT's provided. You feel like this next round's worth a hell of a lot.
Four rounds since Kyosuke's had a kill. Consider how many times he dragged them over the finish line.
In the first two maps you get to play in this series, Dust2 is the only known quantity. In terms of that recent matchup where Falcons took it comfortably, the Nuke pick was their chance to get tricky with the veto, but you never truly know how that's going to pan out till you get there.
Especially if you lose the opening map. It makes it very awkward, doesn't it?
You know, that was even a lesson afforded to Vitality and Furia from that grand final with the Ancient pick. Fast B hit on the cards. TeSeS, Nico, they get their openers. Chopper tucked in, tries to milk that for all he can, ends up offering Nico a quick 180 turnaround and a 4v2 post plant now found for the Falcons.
Could have been 3v2. Either way, feels hard to win, but you've got to try in the last round of overtime. Chopper didn't get cleared by first player. Thought he'd play surprise and get a multi-kill. He got nothing. 2-on-4 here. Falcons hear everything. Kyosuke ready to get back on the board, and that's an easy one. Tania, it's the last round, buddy. There's nothing to find in middle, especially not sneaking. So there we go. Falcons with the lead here going into the second half of overtime. We just saw that stat on the screen as well. 4-0 in overtime on Dust2 this year. Lots of numbers working in their favor today.
They're on a lot of streaks of varying proportions. A head-to-head streak over Donk and Shiro. The undefeated streak on Ancient. The third map, should we need it. 4-0 in overtimes on Dust2.
It's not a lot going for Spirit, is there? Oh wait, yeah, they do have Donk and Shiro.
I mean, they're probably the only team in the world where, when they see the comment of Donk to Falcons, they think, wow, we get him, he's bad. Which you know, they're the only guys who get to think it, but that's where we are. 14-13, lead taken for the Falcons.
Can we call Donk bad? I don't know about that. The
Well, it was through the voice of
I'm joking.
Falcons.
Having fun. Oh. Oh, okay. Everyone,
Hey, either which
walk
way.
away.
It ends in an awkward stalemate.
Oh, the other nade is lethal as well, but Shiro's not going to walk into that. Stalemate here. Spirit played way slower rounds on this T side in regulation. All of them looking at the end fairly similar. I think Falcons had more cat hits, more successful ones. Spirit were abusing B and mid to B a lot. Oh, this is risky. Through the smoke, it looks like. Nate goes deep. Kicks us up close. Spam will bait for him. In they come. Oh, decent trade there. And now Spirit can just storm into a solo site.
Oh, on the boost! And that transfer is beautiful. Falcons now 2 opportunities to close on Dust2.
We didn't see it. Kiyasuke's at B at the same time. He gets a double kill with the AWP alone. Nico over the box. That's why we see different smoke lineups to obstruct that exact position. Sometimes even double smokes to stop the break. Nico, neither. Get in the way. And easy shots for Kiyasuke. Look at that mid to B smoke. It's not pretty, is it? Don can't even see where he's dying from. And so here we go, Falcons. Chance to finish on Spirit's map pick, but Shiro says no. TeSeS picked first. These long players have not been having fun in this game. Tania and TeSeS both just running into AWPs. Or Nico. Kiyasuke's broken 30 kills. He looks for one more before all is said and done. AWP scope to the top of middle.
Flash to set up Nico, and what a way to get rid of Donk. Ouch. Right as he makes his move to try and come out through the tunnels. He's right into the hands of the Falcons. And so you've lost your top performer. Donk, who's been on one hell of a recovery from that slow start in the first half. Removed to equalize this up, and now the advantage flips the other way. Kiyasuke on that AWP, puts it to work. 3-on-3, they're gonna try and settle over towards A, going in to the Nico m0NESY duo. They were dodged throughout most of that first CT side. Well, now they get a chance to play. And m0NESY's been itching for it. First kill secured, and he'll take even more. Shiro knocked down. It's just Sway. Turns from the flash, but time's running out, and Nico will find him. Dust2 secured for the Falcons. That's Spirit's pick. Locked in overtime, taking that streak 5-0 up in OTs for the Falcons. And now their new pick of Nuke up next.
This roster, so it's a fun change of the veto, and it's also a map that the numbers just speak well to them. Them only losing to Furia 13-11, taking down the likes of FaZe, Vitality, Mouse, all solid teams and comfortable teams on this map. So yeah, the numbers are this good, and the first map's already in their pocket. You would presume all these streaks, all these numbers we've been selling you all series are going to keep up. I'm glad we got a bit more out of Doc for the end of the game. Definitely recovered on Dust2. But the question is rarely about him. It's more about his team. Shiro and Donk. Nico and m0NESY. We had Kiyasuke be such a problem back on Dust2. Top the charts. 2 aces. And a 1.4 rating. This pistol, Falcons used but one smoked across down, so the info goes across to Spirit. The space, Falcons. TeSeS creeps inside of the hut. m0NESY waits for a late play They won't be rushing into B just yet. Nice clear from Zwei.
Already quite the entourage down here at lower for Spirit. But it's Tanier and Chopper. And right as they're trying to reposition, they get 2 players in towards Dark. Tanier to open, but now the pressure on as he will go on for a second. Here's Suke gonna get through him eventually. And a route to this bomb plant at lower opens up. Monacy holding on to the vents. Could be delivered an equalizer.
Then some. 2
Double
dualies.
dualies, vent drop. Monacy just misses the timing.
Shocked he moves there. Worried about the backstab. Honestly, 2 players flicks for the headshot and he's even going to get out. P250 tap for Monacy. The money maker. The haymaker here. Falcons pistol on their plate and Shiro's cut down as well. Nice Ilya indeed. 2 for Kyosuke, 2 for Monacy, and 1 for Falcons. This flick as well. What can you do?
It's every pistol for the Falcons in this series as well.
This is a team that just famously were terrible at pistols, even just a couple of events ago. Had a shambolic record.
And they used to say, you know, Zonic, he calls them. And back when they were losing them all, it was funny. But he's been putting in the hours. We see you, Danny. Track record starting to feel a bit better.
Does he still call them?
Well, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I'm not saying he does.
I'm just assuming they didn't randomly change it. But if they did, whoever's now calling them, damn.
Great job. Hunter's calling them.
Force buy up for Team Spirit. But already, Falcons make it across towards Secret with a lot of bodies and already looking for control over this B site. Spirit left out of the action.
By the time Spirit take lobby here, it's going to be too late. I just have to save this force buy. As Falcons blanket B in Molotovs and smokes. That might just be it. Walk away.
You're kind of fine with that if you're Spirit.
Yeah.
Run back the force again. Another chance to call for a bit of a gamble, and if anything, you can afford to be more active and more involved in the next one, right?
Yeah, you can afford to lose everything in the pursuit of doing damage. Because the only downside here is you allow Falcons to walk away with everything they brought into the round. That's 3 AKs and a Galil.
Terrorists win.
Nice move there to get a free and easy conversion.
I think it's hard to not feel really, really quite comfortable in this game if you are the Falcons, man. You've already got the pistol round. You're looking to stick the landing on the conversions by chaining together 3. So that would be you off to a good start on Nuke. Dust2 already in your pocket in a series that 2 of your players have never managed to lose to Donk and Shiro after beating them only a week ago. And you know that even if the unthinkable happens and you lose here on Nuke, you've got Ancient waiting as the 3rd.
Yeah, it's only, what, 10, 11 win streak now?
Yeah, it's up there. And so that's going to let you play with a big degree of confidence here on this second map. 5v4 up against this saved force by. And they might find great timing out here on ramp. Shiro was just about to depart. Something's called him back in, and he gets a tag down range. And Having a little duel with him right now. Letting him do a lot of damage on this scout. That's 3 players now, brought down pretty low for the Falcons. Sway barrels through the main smoke. Are they ready for Tania as the second piece in this top site?
Eyes in the right place, but shots respond, and Donk on the FAMAS only damage. It's a 3-0 lead for the Falcons, as expected, off of the pistol. And this is when the buy comes in for Spirit. Well, don't need to translate that. Difficult day in the office here for Spirit. It's not just winner to the playoffs, it's loser to last game of the group against the Mongols. And I think if you had a normal day in the office and we had Mongols win as the favorites, you wouldn't be too worried. But given Spirit have already lost to Mongols, it's a scary head-to-head. By Shopper's way on this top hit, double up for the anchor.
TeSeS snipe on a donk through the smoke.
Did he just 2-bullet him through
Yeah.
smoke? Oh.
Horrible first rifle round to get to play.
Didn't get to play it. That's frustrating. Falcons surely just going to recommit to upper. They're just putting enough time so that Spirit overthink. In that time, Tania's clearing outside. Could put him in position. Flanking lobby this late in the round would be a crazy move, though. So Tania checks deep, and now he comes back main. That smoke lands. He can spam.
Good pick up for Chopper. Tania adds one more, and that leaves it only on Nico, but an opportunity to drop down the vents. He's loud on it, so they know this. Shira won't be able to get posted in time. Smoke down. Nico in with the cross. Nade comes in. Doesn't find big damage, so Nico has a bomb plant to play around. Don't count him out of this. He'd be foolish to do so. Shiro moves in. Chopper alongside him, and Nico wraps around the world.
Is it for window? Is it wide enough? It might be 10-second stick. Nico might be able to find the angle. Depends on the defuse. 3 seconds remain. Nico can't see it. Not wide enough. Shiro on the stick wins the round. Nice try, but not meant to be. Was hoping he'd have a player out in the open, hoping he'd have a bit more time. The Spirit didn't have time to waste on that 2v1, sticking it with the single door open. Big round to win for Spirit, just getting in the game early, not waiting. Oh, that's... Yeah, I feel that. At least he always smiles it off.
Yeah, not letting it get to him. I think he knows, you know, everyone else is playing great. No need to tilt in this game.
That's a crazy stat there on the side. Nuke CT side, worst rated half a donk, but he has a 1.22. TeSeS made it worse last round. Chopper just walks out. It's bold. Tania double from Secret.
Okay,
Donk is still alive.
Added a bit of intrigue to this one, has Tania with that push.
Sway heard the desk.
All the way through, and they did mention, you know, Magic's trying to buy up a little auto shotgun. Don't think these guys are up to the same task. Well, Sway.
This is good position. He needs 2 kills. Shadow? What? That's a crazy shot, though, for Kixon. And Donk too far away. They're going to walk it in. Donk clutch. I wake up.
I mean, he's here on great timing, and they've got no idea he could be here. They just came from the lobby mere moments ago. He's side by side with them in the hut. Push in for Kitsan. Donk spam just off the mark, but he'll make up for it. And now it's Nico v Donk. The head-to-head Donk just can never get the better of. Nico sneaks on out of there, and again, he's going to leave it to the play in at lower. It just betrayed him in the last round. This time he's got Donk to go up against. Plant secured. And this time it's 100% planted for window. Door swings open. Donko's looking. Doesn't know where Nico's gotten to, and he just can't beat this guy. Nico secures the round and stops Donk a kill shy of the 1v3.
Just a beautifully played clutch for Nico. He walks away. Those first few steps provided by the smoke to give him better timing means he can just stick the pot. There's no way Donk could be behind him. 2 kills into a clutch for Donk. Not a position you see him in every day. But Nico, his kryptonite, closes it out. And that makes up for the last clutch gone astray.
I don't know. How could you not be in your head? You know, you can never seem to beat him.
2 kills deep as well. That's the worst part. It's not
Yeah, like you got hot hands. You're believing in that.
And you get brained. Nico just stays in the site. Donk thinks he's doing something crazy, climbing up. Nico's just standing in plain sight. So near his turn.
Dude, did they hear the desk?
I think they did hear the desk. You said auto shotgun? Oh no, no, what?
It's all good, I guess.
He got out, it's fine. It's back-to-back auto shotguns.
From the 2 named players as well.
Named or maimed?
Named.
Bit of both.
Maybe they get maimed. Let's see. Tania. Auto shotgun. Locked, loaded, ready to go. Last time, the Alligator didn't even get to fire a bullet. Should be a different...
Oh no! Run away! Run away!
Shiro.
Run away!
Look, you can get another auto shotgun, guys. It's fine.
You can't get another orb. Save.
Save that. Zwei, go do something. Donk and Shiro have to hold on to these guns. Dude, it's been purchased twice, and it hasn't even shot once.
Call this game the Truth Nuke.
Look at that.
That's not many.
10 kills, ever.
I'll show Magic's auto shotgun stats. No, no, no. Well, Falcons running away with it right now. We saw this similar start on Dust2. Spirit were able to edge their way back in with some respectful rounds from the Falcons, some saves. Spirit made it 6-6 half. I'm not getting that same feeling right now. I'm not getting that same tenacity out of Spirit. Are they going to show anything in this CT side of Nuke?
Sure is saying stop buying auto shotgun.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, okay. Donk and Shiro armed. The round is about them.
Aggressive rooting for Donk
there
out in
they
the
are.
yard, and there they are both with a kill.
And look who they got. Big names from big players. Donk does get naded though.
TeSeS makes it down the vent, not exactly quietly, but still ground taken. Orb rotates in over towards the ramp. Shiro posted, hoping for a kill that extends this lead even further. Falcons slow it down, hoping that a bit of doubt creeps into the mind of Spirit, with Chopper and Zwei still shoring up the top site hold. Yeah, we'll get mollied out of position. They hear him running back as well. They know they've displaced one player, and a missed shot from the Shiro orb. It's going to let them out into the bomb site. Nade finds big damage as well. He's softened up massively.
Plant was deniable, but Hickson just sticks it in the open, and Chopper's vent control cut down. A couple of misses in this CT side for Shiro, and they felt consequential. They felt like they're losing them rounds. Shiro might have to save again. Him and Donk found a 5v3 in this round, but it does not last long. And Falcons don't lose another player past that point. TeSeS with some keen moves down vent in a risky round. A nice tap to follow it up, open the B plant.
Just the fact that that round starts 5-on-3 and it falls still dominantly in favor of the Falcons. I think this is where you say, you know, you're getting that same tenacity, that same ability to bounce back here. You had a golden opportunity to get on the board here and now in a low econ round, and it just sails past you. And you're seeing, you know, some frustration setting in.
Sure.
And justifiably so. This is a super one-sided second map. Said it's even felt kind of surprising for the Falcons. You wonder how prepared Spirit were for Nuke in the first place. Spirit certainly looked like they wanted a repeat matchup with the same maps appearing as did in Chengdu. Falcons said no to that. They took charge in the veto from the get-go, and they've forced it so that now they have two comfortable maps as maps 2 and 3 in the series.
Doesn't it just make them look like such a lethal team right now when you consider their win streak on Ancient, but then you add in Nuke? It's not even a map that they're playing too much, right? They end up on maps like Inferno way more commonly, mainly because it's picked against them, but they have two maps that are now building streaks on, and at least the record, even if the streak isn't high, oh, what? Chopper? What? Chopper?
You heard the door open.
What's happening? Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh,
what?
my God.
What?
Oh.
How does that happen? Save.
It's kind of the... It's a very different tone to map 1, I tell you what.
Yeah, it's not the back and forth Dust. Oh, dearie me.
Can we see that again? Would anyone have thought to have clipped that? And of course he dies as well.
Yeah, he opens the door.
Dies,
TeSeS is holding
bro.
it. How is TeSeS like
Why
ready
is
for that?
TeSeS ready for that? It makes it look like he knew the whole time, but he didn't.
The craziest part was, TeSeS just walked down the vent smoke, and then Chopper follows him. Zwei missed the timing on TeSeS getting down vent smoke by like a second. This vent smoke missed, by the way. He essentially walked down the vent with no smoke. That's what it looked like. There was almost no smoke. And of course he doesn't see him. Oh dear.
TeSeS smiling to himself. I don't think he really knows how he got that double kill, but he did. You can't argue with the result. 7-1.
It happened. Okay. Donk. Vikiyasuke. Shadow, pre-fire. Donk delivers. Maybe more. We know he likes his smoke. They creep down. Oh, Monacy's on the angle and Donk just pulls back in time. Maybe not a fight. Donk needs to take. 7-1 down. Chopper, he's checked all the corners. Nobody home yet.
They've dodged Chopper, but equally so, they still have this element of surprise in at lower, with 3 players making it across to the double doors. See, the window's broken as well. Util lobbed in through it, and Tania, footsteps made. Nico, swift trade to deal with him.
These BXX are brutal as well. 25 seconds, Chopper can threaten this. Nico actually has to get the bomb.
Oh, this has gotten
Chopper
really
win
awkward
this?
really quickly.
Chopper should win this.
Yeah, just swing out through the single door. Rounds right there. Monacy picked up as well, and Falcons' time gets the better of them here. That realization dawning just a little too late that the bomb got dropped with Kixan's death earlier.
Yeah, I don't know how much it even changes. I think you're still going to plant back site right with that ramp util fading and a man down. Not going to be ready for a single door. TeSeS was holding top of vent, but it's, again, Chopper just pre-playing the single door on B. It's a pretty common move for Chopper. He likes his position. He's very early down vent in rounds, as TeSeS has learned. They never saw him get there. You should always be ready, though, when Chopper's up. So, Spirit, given a chance to make this half interesting. 5 rounds available. Juggling.
Like he definitely got nervous that the smoke that disappeared was gone forever. And so lays them all back out one last time to get this wall in.
That's a wall. Can creep anywhere. Can go main, can go garage, can go secret. So Donk's got a lot of spots to watch. As it fades, they get down silently, but Donk's got his back turned and m0NESY's there on the line. Not every day you see Donk get shot in the back.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Now upper open.
Yeah, it makes you really unsure what's even happening in this round. It's not a death that tells you a hell of a lot. You know that they've taken secret, but
3 here.
Keeping the stack, staying stubborn with it. In towards this top site, Falcons playing right into their hands. It's all eyes on m0NESY now, and a missed timing here. Oh, he doesn't even know where he just got shot from. Chopper collects his double, and Spirit begin chaining some rounds together.
Yeah, good realization from Spirit there. When they killed Donk that easy, and you know, and they still have players in lobby, Spirit pieced it together pretty quickly that with that main smoke, Falcons are coming back. Especially with how many rounds they've ended at B, you would expect Spirit to be stacked there, but stubborn, you called Spirit, and they read it right.
Nice!
Hopeful for a 5-round half. Eco here for Falcons. Certainly not impossible.
This one gun for Nico to lend a bit of intrigue. And you'll note that m0NESY and Kyosuke have both bought up armor as well. So you can go gladiator mode with this gun. If Nico dies, someone else will grab it. If he gets kills, they're able to arm themselves. Nico, of course, would prefer the latter option. He's going to go looking for something out in the yard. And that was a spot on Donk. The head-to-head that Donk can seemingly never take. Nico, there's the opening.
Go for hell control, surely. The bomb's in main, though. They commit. Nico tries to trade sway. The rock of the top site. Rock'em, sock'em, 4 kills, and maybe the ace available. m0NESY gets around the world. Maybe he's got a trick here, but he's getting past Shiro on the AWP. Easier said than done. Smoke falls backside. And m0NESY's being very loud about this, so Spirit have no need to go for this kill. Sway on for the ace right now. To stop a very awkward round from coming through for Falcons. He's holding for it. m0NESY 20 seconds. Missed shot again. He could go vent, but he's missed the window. Looking for the fights. 10 seconds. Nice try. Sway denied, but 4 kills is what matters. As Donk dies first, they could have flooded CT spawn and picked up that AK, but instead they go straight into Zway. Nice to see a big multi-kill round from Zway. how this game started. 5-round CT, you would not turn your nose up at it.
Something would help it feel like you've recovered somewhat if you can seal the deal on this final streak of 4 rounds. Falcons enjoying the room they've been able to get out here in the yard. So again, these smokes lobbed in, but this time less of a push behind it. Honestly, even waiting with a second volley, feels like they want to fake some of this yard control. And a double smoke should serve that purpose.
Yeah, I mean, now Spirit have to be aware that Falcons could be down B already, right? They've used a couple of nades, they've gotten rid of them, but you always have to just call the possibility of players down. And yes, second smoke wall usually confirms it, but it's the doubles fake. Falcons looking for the top side, really trying to force Spirit down lower. Spirit aren't biting. They're not exactly stacked on the A side, though.
So he overran at TeSeS with a blinding set of entries.
Oh, on the ladder.
Not able to contain. He exited in the air. Threw the accuracy off on the ladder. Tania makes it into the lobby, takes it one step further. And this is starting to slip through their fingers. Spirit looking for 4 rounds in a row in their attempt to recover this CT side. TeSeS opened up the round. He's now being expected to close it as well at 9 HP. Flash leaves him wrecked. Kiyasuke dead on the swing, and Spirit go through and collect a 3-on-5 in that final round. Push to their limits. They still get out with something on this CT side.
Two flashes to support Flamesy, giving him another chance to get a multi.
Whoa. Dangerous Apex crossing the road like that in the middle of the execute. Puts another flash into the grill. Then he tries to play side smoke. Flamesy gets one. Apex with nothing. Here comes that ZywOo.
It has to be him.
I said him and him alone. And he gets 3.5 on the hold. Apex serves up a distraction. Flamesy delivers. We go 10 seconds on this. TeSeS gets charged down. And so he still has just enough time to plant. ZywOo, with an uncharacteristic Hail Mary, comes charging forward, can't finish the kill, and so we've got a post-plant here for the Danes of Team Falcons. Deep angle denied.
What a peek!
Shot from TeSeS, clean as hell, and that's 3 to his name. Oh, 4th right
TeSeS!
They try to get ahead of the smoke, they do so. Flash is fantastic. You've got Mezzy still just leaning back and a ton of damage done. Peppering that windowsill from the catwalk. Nico arrives.
Okay.
And as he does, 2 bodies drop. ZywOo now the next. Kixen tries to press his issue into the likes of Apex. Reads it, but can't stop him. And so m0NESY again and again and again has to be the key. He could be 11th chance to close this.
He could jump across, walk right into Flamesy.
Okay.
400 will have to be an eco. Okay, well, Yami, he's found Nico.
Kixen, you got a lot to do here, and he's actually just going to stand and bang. Cobra trying to punish, and Kixen unloads his M4A45. He's 3 kills, 9's his next victim if he dares to push that smoke.
Vexel and 9. Kixen on the jiggle. It feels like he's felt something. The smoke has dropped now to obscure the vision. They have a HE to break. Don't worry about that to break. Kixen now on for the ace. Just one more required.
Does this change things? Zontix, if he holds this, big if, but still delivering well and a good amount of damage, so certainly could queue something up. Nico and Magisk, but a low health Magisk.
Ooh, they're gonna push tunnels.
And at the same time, a well-playing Magix. 14 kills, 9 deaths, and he finds Magisk done for 100 health here. Nico, kills haven't been all too frequent, but better late than never. Still, Molly bounces ahead of him. He's able to still hold on to this pervert position, and even now with a little more cover. Yeah, they don't see that coming. He hangs out behind the flames. Magix keeps the utility pressure up. Nico head tucked. We've got a kit here for the CT side, but Nico's not missing now. Kixan had a bit of a death wish, but he knew he had them pinned in that corner, and from ZywOo's perspective, looks super awkward. He tries to jump up, misses the jump. Teammate bails in behind barrels with him. So a little frantic moment here in round 9, but we've still got this pack of Vitality players pushing Nico forward. We've got cover as well from beyond. Modesty team kill, everything in front of him is dead.
He's got every kill, baby.
Simply slaughters.
Spirit showing some signs of life down the end of that first half on Nuke. It takes them a long while to get going. Once they arrive there, they go on a 4-round streak. It's given them a chance here as they move on to the T side. The Falcons thus far have taken every single pistol round in this series, and if that track record keeps up, they can make a mad dash to the finish line and get this series over and done with.
Straight into that top side for Spirit. Donk in the front of the pack, but all of them put down. Everybody dead to the dual Berettas. Blink and you miss it. Chopper stuck back lobby, waiting for a flank that isn't even needed. And it's not just been pistols, it's been conversions, it's been anti-ecos. Fine for the Falcons in this series. So starting off just every half, 2 or 3 rounds up. And how should this be an exception? Chopper squeezes 1 kill out, but up in the rafters looking for a second dink found. Chopper on 13 health, right back down the ladder. He's got time on his side. That's the only thing he has. This bomb drop is in the worst possible place. And I just don't see Monacy missing a beat. Not looking to choke a 4-on-1 pistol.
I mean, 1 bullet ends Chopper's round. And this 1v4 clutch attempt is over. With all the pistols in the series then belonging to Falcons. And there's Monacy to make it so. 3 kills from him. Started strong back on Dust2. Him and Kiyasuke with an electric start to the series. Monacy keeping up appearances on Nuke. Big 3K in the pistol. Including slowing the roll of Donk after that entry. And oh, it's rare to see him like it, man. It's a humble Donk here.
You got 1 though. So TeSeS says, what can you do about that? Donk Deagle, dead. And even Monacy's having a punt. Spirit can't even put their oar in the river. They're going nowhere.
You've all had those games where you watch your teammates after you die and you think, why can't I get fights like this? I imagine that's how Donk is feeling, because he does just get absolutely nailed in every head-to-head he takes.
The TeSeS smoke shot on the first gun round.
Yeah. The Nico, like, 2-tap burst in the hero gun round where he's over towards hell.
All right. If this game is going to ramp, it's got to start now for Team Spirit. 9-5. Bonus round for Falcons. Still Famas, no orb.
Free kill for Tanir. Kiyasuke tries his hand at a push as Falcons look to crunch lobby on their bonus round attempt. It's the 2 Famases throwing in first, and they both get mopped up. Tanir and Zwei find a 5-on-3 for Team Spirit.
Honestly, he was going to peek, but the call comes out. The smoke's outside, so he holds, he waits. He wants his kill later. Entourage. Donk is in no hurry. Lurking right now. Someone's got to get that bomb for what is a top hit materializing. Donk's waiting for a reaggress. He might find it. Monacy backs down secret. Vent rotation available, but not for long. That door smoke begins to fade, and then Spirit come in for this top hit. Zwei. Needs to saw more.
Info from that. There's not an overreaction yet out of the Falcons, who still have Nico in a ramp. TeSeS dead. They're throwing in the nades for a topside hit, but this is just stalled out entirely, and they've given away this advantage. The two players that got the openings, both dead. This was a 5-on-3 for Spirit. You don't think you could afford to lose this round?
2 here.
They make it out. They drop the Ven. Shiro doesn't make it down. This is looking so ugly from the Spirit squad.
Wally. Nade.
Dom burning alive.
He got the plant.
But that might work against him. They could just hop on the bomb. Chopper running in, and it's not planted for him. Even with the 10-second stick, Chopper's written it off.
He could have gone for it.
He would have got there in time. He would have been here in time. Modesty wasn't even close by.
Modesty's on A. Modesty's holding for lurk right there. He thinks Chopper's gonna
that is such a hideous round.
Everything about that. The 2 1v1s taken. Zwei like holding indoor, not ready for close because he's holding the door smoke. TeSeS walks out ramp on his own. Chopper doesn't even try and win this round. Chopper could have won the round. He would have, if he rushed B, he can kill Nico in time. Modesty's expecting
obviously,
him then.
You're telling yourself, like, he will have a kit. In Chopper's mind, the round was over, but it wasn't. And he never gave it the look in.
You'll never know unless you try. Dude, that was the worst 5v3 I've ever seen. And Donk's planting the bomb. Sorry, Donk, you got to plant.
I just don't really understand like what the goal was in the 5v3. But no time to think about that now, I guess.
10-5.
There's another round to play.
Got a plant, you got another buy. But we know where this is going. At least it feels like a Falcons streak. Started 7-1 up. Now 10-5, top hit attempt. Chopper traded by TeSeS. Honestly gets here in time, but Spirit just use that as a means to an end. They're not going to hit the top site. Going to take an entry. Donk miss-spray.
Lee can't kill him.
He sprayed as well. He had a chance. Shiro trying to save the day.
Oh, Nico.
Okay, he lived.
Gets out at least. Kiyasuke going to take up this position with a far quieter second map from the guy that was unstoppable back on Dust2.
I liked in his position, but he needs to isolate Jules. Will they trade him?
You got a flash for Nico to try and kickstart this retake. He'll swing out early. Kiyasuke in the clutch.
Okay.
Shiro locks it in. 3 kills from Spirit's Orpa on the rifle. And not necessarily the time you thought they'd break on through, but it's when they have. Finally getting one of these T-side rounds on the board. With a more grouped A hit, it works wonders.
2v4 before they put the bomb down. Shiro gets a triple kill in that moment. So him and TeSeS do everything in this round. Good to see Chopper just sacrifice himself for the trade there. And it works out in the long run. Even with Donk missing his shot. 7-12 here. Full rush down the vent. Okay. Like it's an anti-eco. The bomb is lost. No way. No.
The bomb, I think it dropped down. It did drop down. In a way. And Donkey got a plant again, buddy.
He got the bomb down, but he couldn't join his team.
Fair, also, guy bottom of the board should plant the bomb.
Bomb's on the third guy there.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Donk planting, paranoid, fair enough. No one's covering him, by the way. He's going to get it down. 3-on-5, Harry. 3-on-5. Falcons are taking way too long to group up right now because they're scared of a lurker. If they find Chopper outside, that's nice. TeSeS didn't see him. That's one-way info. Chopper is still late to this, but he can backstab. Chopper can clutch the round. Donk still looking for a multi-kill hit. Falcons are taking so long.
Yeah, a really long time. So these kills have got to come in quickly. Donk with the first. Even as Kicksound finds one more, Donk able to manipulate. There's the third. Finally, the multi-kill, high-impact round from Donk. And it's a late retake from the Falcons in a 5-on-3 that gives it over.
Yeah, you could feel that one brewing, right? Strong positions taken, Chopper late lurk, not actually impactful. It's Dom who gets 3 kills in the site. And Falcons who expect a little bit more resistance, waste all the time, and just have to run in last second. A round they definitely would go for, but a round they will live to regret. Donk triple keeps Spirit in this game. And right when you think it's over, Harry, Falcons are put to pistols. So never give up. That's the message. This one should be fine. Falcons 4 gamble on ramp. Not seen a ramp control round out of Spirit yet. So it's a reasonable risk.
You'd love some of these just eco, confidence building kills if you donk.
Get the nade in there.
10 and 12. But he could propel himself up into first place if he nails this pistol push out of the Falcons. I think just anything to kind of reactivate him. A nice little eco bash. What's better than that?
Oh, the
Nade's in.
Oh,
it's going to be brutal. They catch it.
Oh.
Oh, and Donk's dead. Instantly on the swing. But don't worry, Zway's confidence is through the roof. 3 kills from him. And a round for Spirit as the gap continues to close.
$208 damage with that nade. Did the maths myself. All right, here we go. Another full gun round. Sherry taking the AWP up silo. No one home. Monacy playing his rifle from back in CT. It's Nico in main, not overcommitting. And main is not a position, so Nico's looking outside. Gonna group up with Monacy. Chopper throwing late smokes. Donk saw him lurking here last time.
Yeah, the third one's still too far under. He didn't get it. So now they're a little off on the timing. It's still 5. The smokes will come down. There's that third one landing late.
Looks good.
But a wall put together nonetheless. Dom trying to creep up behind it. Won't commit to the yard take. Spirit regroup over towards lobby. So using these smokes is nothing more than a fake outside in the yard. I think the timing being off actually might have had pretty big implications. They could confirm early that no one was close crossing with the smokes, then they used their nades. Because they fade off timing, they saw that no one made it down. So a double ramp hold that just doesn't move a muscle. Kiyasuke and Monacy able to shut this round down before it even begins.
Wow.
Kiyasuke pressing forward, Shiro in a box here, trapped between ramp and lobby, and low health on his AWP.
Kill him after time.
Nowhere left to go, 10 seconds. He's going to bring the fight out to the Falcons because he was worried about the same thing.
Yeah. Rock solid hold on ramp for Kiyasuke. That's what's always enjoyable about watching him on the CT Nuke. He is really good at getting multi-kills from this kind of position, just standing in the open on off angles. And when you have 2 A1Ss ADing side by side like that, it's a very hard place to hit without good flashes. And Spirit just wander in to their own death. So the smokes do them no favors, and ramp does them a disservice. Spirit used their final timeout. 7-8. Head-to-head that Spirit just can't break. Pistols and AKs. Making Donk play with the Galil, and I mean, to be fair, it's not really had any impact in this game. Had that nice round on B, 3K. But for the most part, it's been a quiet game from Spirit across the board. Chopper has more multi-kills than Donk in this map. Spirit stuck in lobby. Exec on the top site. Locked and loaded. TeSeS, Nico, and Kixon.
Yeah, going into the three-man hold, TeSeS able to steal himself away, guarantees that trade. Not taking any further, but there's Kixan and Kiyosuke next in line to shut this one down. It's a 1 HP chopper. Overran Falcons onto match and series point. They've got a track record to keep well in its stead, and they're managing that. Beat them back in Chengdu. You knew about this matchup right when that one was taking place already. And they're not prepared to ever let Donk and Shiro get this win.
Kiyosuke, incredible impact in this round. Across the series has been a marvel. Not really required as much on this map, but in these last 2 rounds, shutting down the 4 hits from Spirit on ramp on A. We saw Dust2, over 30 kills.
That's it, man. Spirit left with nothing, just Tech 9s. In this final round of play. The bit of util they did have has gone down out in the yard. This wall of smokes that oftentimes has been nothing more than a fake. Now they actually look to use, crossing with 3.
So he made it down the vent, but look at the minimap. Falcons are rotating on ramp right now. Maybe they know he made it. They're not going to risk giving him the kill right now. So even though he holds vent, he can't stop Falcons from getting into this B bomb site. They can beat Spirit here. They can get posted up. May as well put a rifle inside of B.
They've got the read and they know it. Even Falcons. The lobby aggression with just 2 players on top site, usually that would be a risky move, but you've seen those smokes so many times, and more often than not, nothing's been done with it. You're anticipating a change, and this is it. They read Spirit like a book. Donk on the Tech 9, the only man still alive down at lower, and he is overran. Falcons teed up for the victory in this 3-on-1.
Yeah, playoffs bound for the Falcons, looking to lock it in. Quarterfinals at worst, maybe semis at best. They'll have to beat back against Passion UA to try and see how deep they can go in Hong Kong. Another playoff appearance for the Falcons. The Team Spirit, they got to get out of the group by battering back Mongols, a match they've already lost just last week. It's a rough week for Spirit, and it might get rougher.
Well, hopefully none of you are a Spirit fan, but if you are